Before you judge someone by their job title, ask yourself one question. What if the person you fired today became the only reason your life's greatest achievement survived tomorrow? Stay with me until the very end, because this story isn't just about money, luxury cars, or billionaires. It's about humility, second chances, and one single father who proved that true greatness doesn't need recognition to change the world. If stories about courage, redemption, and unexpected heroes inspire you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Your support helps us bring more unforgettable stories like this one. Now, let's begin. The rain had been falling since dawn over the massive headquarters of Vantage Velocity Motors, one of the world's most exclusive collector car companies. Inside the enormous glass building, employees rushed through polished hallways while executives prepared for what everyone believed would be the biggest day in the company's history. 22 ultra-rare collector cars, each restored over several years, were scheduled to be unveiled to investors worth billions of dollars. Some of those vehicles were believed to be the last surviving examples of their kind. Together, they represented more than $500 million in value and the future of the company. Standing in the center of the showroom was 38-year-old Evelyn Brooks, the company's founder and one of the youngest self-made billionaires in the automotive world. Intelligent, disciplined, and respected across the industry, Evelyn had built her empire through relentless standards and impossible expectations. People admired her success. Very few admired the way she treated those beneath her. Every employee knew one rule. Mistakes were expensive. Second chances were almost non-existent. Across town, 42-year-old Daniel Carter carefully folded his blue work shirt before placing it into an old cardboard box. Beside him stood his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, quietly holding the small family photo that had always rested on his workshop bench. Daniel had just been fired. Not because he was dishonest. Not because he lacked skill. But because Evelyn believed he had become too slow for a company chasing perfection. No one defended him. Not even the supervisors who had spent years asking for his advice whenever a difficult restoration arrived. Daniel simply thanked everyone, smiled politely, picked up his box, took Lily's hand, and walked away without saying a single angry word. What no one realized was that Daniel knew every bolt, every wire, every hidden weakness inside all 22 collector cars. For nearly 6 years, he had quietly solved hundreds of engineering problems that never appeared in official reports. Whenever a restoration team couldn't identify an unusual vibration. Whenever an electrical issue appeared without explanation. Whenever a rare engine refused to start. Someone would whisper only one sentence. Ask Daniel. But because he never sought attention, most executives assumed the expensive restoration software deserved the credit. Daniel let them believe it. Recognition had never paid his daughter's school fees. Working honestly had. That evening, after arriving home to their tiny rented house, Lily placed dinner onto the table. It wasn't much. Soup. Bread. And one apple they agreed to share. She looked at her father and smiled. Are we going to be okay? Daniel smiled back, even though worry filled every corner of his heart. We've survived harder days. She nodded. I know. After dinner, Daniel tucked Lily into bed before opening his old notebook. Inside were hundreds of handwritten observations. Measurements. Engine sketches. Cooling system calculations. Tiny details no computer had ever detected. He never threw knowledge away. He believed someone would need it someday. The next morning, Vantage Velocity Motors welcomed international investors, collectors, journalists, and automotive historians from around the world. Television cameras lined the entrance. Luxury cars filled the parking lot. Everything appeared perfect. Until the lights suddenly flickered. One display vehicle refused to start. Then another. Then a third. Within minutes, warning systems flashed across the showroom. Cooling failures. battery communication errors, fuel pressure irregularities, sensor conflicts. One after another, every single one of the 22 restored cars developed problems. Panic spread through the building. Technicians scrambled in every direction. Senior engineers argued over diagnostic reports. Software specialists insisted the computers were malfunctioning. Nobody understood why dozens of unrelated systems had begun failing at the exact same time. Investors exchanged nervous glances. Journalists started recording everything. Within an hour, whispers filled the showroom. This company isn't ready. Something's terribly wrong. The launch may collapse. Evelyn felt her confidence disappearing for the first time in years. She demanded answers. None came. Then an elderly restoration specialist quietly cleared his throat. He had worked with classic vehicles for more than 40 years. He looked around the silent room before speaking carefully. "I think I know who can save them." Everyone turned toward him. He continued. "The man you fired yesterday." The room became silent enough to hear the rain tapping against the showroom windows. Evelyn frowned. "Daniel?" The old technician nodded. Whenever these cars had problems, Daniel fixed them before anyone else even understood what was wrong. Another employee slowly raised his hand. "So did I." Another voice followed. "And me." Soon almost every mechanic in the building admitted the same truth. Whenever they were stuck. Whenever the impossible happened. Whenever deadlines seemed lost. Daniel had quietly saved the project. Without asking for recognition. Without asking for bonuses. Without ever making anyone else look foolish. For years, the company's greatest expert had hidden in plain sight. And now, on the most important day in company history, he was gone.